My name's Neil Deshpande. I work as an area director for global banking, specialist banking. I chose to invest in property because I see property as an asset that will always appreciate over time, and I think it will sustain most market conditions and provide the opportunity for long-term wealth. I chose Shepherd Cox as I'd previously had some dialogue with Nick Carlisle through one of his other businesses. We never did any business at the time, and now I work with some other colleagues in my own property business, and Nick's name came up again and was recommended to me by one of the people that I work with. So he put me back in touch with Nick, Dan and Lee at Shepherd Cox. We had a chat and we came to agree some business after that. So it was a recommendation. My investment works for me because it's very much hands-free. It gives me the opportunity to concentrate on my other business ventures and also my day job without having to worry about things. Nick, Lee and the team, they take care of all my investments that are with Shepherd Cox, and it produces a very good return for me passively without me having to really do a lot of work for it. I heard about Shepherd Cox through a person that I know who invests in property alongside me in another area. So he's a friend of mine who I know through the property circles, and he recommended Shepherd Cox to me. The investment I've made with Shepherd Cox hasn't had an immediate change to my lifestyle, but it's given me a lot more peace of mind that I've got a strong return coming in from my investments that allows me to have a bit more flexibility as to what I choose to do moving forward in my other working interests. Before I invested with Shepherd Cox, I did consider various other investment options. One of which was to deploy money into non-property related assets. Because I got a strong belief in property, I think that's where I actually wanted to go. I was talking to quite a few other property investment companies, but the relationship I struck up with Shepherd Cox and the time they gave me to think about things and the whole relationship that we built up forced me, I think, to make the decision to go with Shepherd Cox, which I think was the right one. The advice I would give is to invest in property and invest now, because the right time to invest in property is always now. It's an asset that can produce very lucrative returns, and if you sit around and procrastinate, you'll miss out on that opportunity, so do it now. My plans for the future are to consider really whether I want to work full-time in property, because I do have other interests in property through my own property business, whether to continue working in banking. But property's allowed me to have the luxury of being able to make that decision, because I think it's given me the security blanket that there's always an option to make money out of property should I decide to go it alone. So plans for the future are to make as much money as I can through property, to probably venture into other business interests, keep alive banking for a while as long as I still enjoy it, and then build a financial security for my family. I would definitely invest with Shepherd Cox again. I've got a really good relationship with Nick, Dan and Lee. I trust them. They've always delivered in what they've said they were going to deliver. Got regular dialogue going with them, so absolutely I'd invest again.